Hey guys, my name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. Last week, we talked about Mendev, the land of the Crusaders. So this week, we're going to talk about that thing which they are crusading against, the Worldwound. Buckle up, kids. Okay, so a long time ago in Golarion's history, there existed a god named Eridan. He used to walk the world as a man, pulled the Starstone out of the sea, and was supposed to be the god that ushered mankind into an age of greatness. During the prophesized hour where he was supposed to mark the beginning of the long-awaited Age of Glory, instead, Eridan dies. Eridan's death rocked all of Golarion, but unbeknownst to many, when he died, it caused a very slight planar shift that knocked Golarion off its normal metaphysical alignment and slightly towards the abyss. This shift manifested itself in the northern region of what was once called Sarkoris, a powerful nation of Kelid barbarians. We'll talk about those guys when we get to the realm of the Mammoth Lords. The Worldwound began, simply enough, strange demonic beasts haunting tombs and barrows. Eventually, they spread out and attacked isolated clan holdings all throughout northern Avestan. While this is going on, rumors arose of a mile-long cosmic blight rimmed with jet black flames located near the city of Iz, and this site became known present day as the Worldwound. It wasn't long before this corruption spread to engulf an area the size of a country, destroying the nation of Sarkoris in the process, and the Worldwound's expansion was only ever stopped by the First Mendevian Crusade. Now, present day, the Worldwound is absolutely infested with demons, and given their chaotic nature, there's not really much of a government here. Mostly you're looking at a loose coalition of powerful demons strong enough to rule over their lesser kin. All these demons in the Worldwound are united by a single purpose: to cause as much misery, suffering, pain, death, destruction on the material plane as they possibly can. We're talking Baelor and Merilith generals sending armies into Mendev, or succubi, Glabrazus, promoting corruption through their more subtle manipulative ways. The Worldwound is an incredibly flexible thing, so much so that the land here even seems to be in pain by the constant change, especially the closer you get to the actual rent in the earth that leads to the abyss. The farther out you get from the actual Worldwound, you're looking at more of cold grasslands, but those quickly disappear in the face of demonic corruption as we move further and further into the region. Most civilized lands aren't exactly fond of hordes of demons running all over the material plane, but the nation that opposes the Worldwound and its corruption the most is without a doubt Mendev. Once upon a time, this nation surrounded the entire Worldwound, but present day, much of its former territory has fallen as the Worldwound's foul blight expands across the region. Now, most of the cities in this region that once belonged to Sarkoris are now in ruin, but some of them still stand present day and are inhabited both by humans and demons. Most of the humans living in the Worldwound fall into one of two categories. We're either talking your cultists, mercenaries, general ne'er-do-wells and evildoers that would associate with demons, as well as the humans kept for food or sacrifice. Now, when we think, what are we doing in the Worldwound? What are we fighting in the Worldwound? The easy answer to this is we are good aligned, we are fighting demons, we are smiting evil, we are doing that thing that player characters love to do, but I think we can be just a little more creative than this. I think it's important to note that planar corruption should not in any way be limited to just the land. So I think it would be perfectly reasonable if your adventuring party gets lost in the Worldwound while trying to reclaim a town, push back the corruption, find an artifact, whatever bait you've given the adventurers today. I think it's perfectly reasonable for one, two, or maybe all of them to fall to this corruption. It doesn't matter how lawful good you are. It doesn't matter how devout you are to whatever deity you might be devout to. Everybody's got a vice. Every character has some kind of weak point to exploit, and the closer we get to the abyss, the closer these things can be brought out of our characters, sort of fighting your own personal demons instead of fighting demons up close and personal. The Worldwound is also probably the best place for a character to go to hide if he's done a lot of terrible things across the Inner Sea region or across even other planes and needs to just disappear. I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that no one's going to go looking for you in a land infested by demons. So the Worldwound does not have a real world equivalent. One can make a connection to the Holy Land during the time of the Crusades, since after all the Crusaders are coming here to fight. The Crusades never had armies of demons running all over the place, spreading their corruption, so it doesn't quite fit. The Worldwound serves more of the purpose of, here is evil, here is bad things, the prophesized end times have come upon us. Oh, won't somebody help us? Better go get the player characters. So have you guys ever adventured in the Worldwound before? Ever crusaded to the Worldwound? Ever fought against Crusaders going to the Worldwound? If so, tell me all about it in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The 5-minute tour continues next Friday.